What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. It is a Saturday. I am in the Carolinas. We're getting ready to get on our way to the beach house with all our other family members. A 19 bedroom, 19 bath beach house, extended family vacation. Um, and we'll break down a topic that I was about to call this show "Hoes Are Winning," but I had to say no, I can't do that. So I want to dive into a part of YouTube that people somehow have just not been in touch. They don't understand the business industry. Uh, People sell their channels unofficially all the time, right? And the two examples I'm going to use are, and they don't, and again, partnership, selling, combination of words. Jordan Peterson. We're going to go on a high level conversation on there, and then we have Ramil. So I've shown you guys some of his commentary, how it's a younger man's perspective on some of the things that's going on out here. Now, does he have a criminal record? Does he have stuff on his record? Yes. Again, what's going to come across is you guys are going to learn that there are a lot of YouTubers with stuff on their record, with criminal activity, with weird stuff, right? They go to this space to make money, to get notoriety, and it is what it is, right? So here's the thing. What people are going to learn is YouTube is a business. This is a business platform. We are in Web 3.0. Now, what is Web 3.0? Let's take you back. What's Web 1.0? It's the forums. It's Black Planet. It's all this stuff before Facebook, like right at the beginning, early stages of Facebook, when everybody was in forums having long paragraph conversations back and forth. The good 1990s, right? The 2000s, early 2000s. Well, then you got into Web 2.0, which was talk radio, the rise of the culture wars for the Republican Party, talk radio and blogs, right? Just ramming it up every day. I mean, it wasn't just Rush Limbaugh that grew from that. You had Glenn Beck, who ended up being on Fox News. You had all these people grow and expand in a era of Web 2.0, mostly from talk radio, right? You got on talk radio, if you could wing it enough, you'd be on Fox News, right? You wing it enough, you'd be on TV somewhere. That's YouTube right now. We're in Web 3.0, where if you come on this platform and you do well, you could be on HGTV. You could be on House Flipper channels. There's several people who I personally know who have been pitched shows. And you know why they don't do them? Because they're gonna make them be out the ratchet black person or the crazy black person or the crazy black woman. I know people who are constantly every day of the week pitch shows by producers, because if you really understand, and I think Super Slash talks about some, but there's several YouTubers I can point out that really break down to you why people don't fully do it. Because sometimes when you go do a show, uh, you're selling your name, your likeness, your everything, right? You're selling a lot of this stuff. Oh, yeah, I got some juicy internet news. Listen, people have my phone number, and y'all be texting me the juicy news. If that was the price, that's sad. I'm not gonna say his name, but who texted me that? If that was the final price, that's sad. That is sad. Okay, back to the show. I'll loop part of that conversation in. If that person text me, I can't verify it. That's sad. So people are coming on these platforms, and here's the truth. Jordan Peterson is a prime example. Now I'm gonna go down my list of reasons why, but Jordan Peterson is the prime example. He got a bunch of copyright strikes. YouTube's like, you're out of here. Now, what happens in this space when you try to counsel somebody? It blows them up. So now you had all these like thousands of men all over the space going, here's what Jordan Peterson said. Here's what Jordan Peterson said. Following, trying to get the likes up, trying to get the trends up, trying to get, hey, this is what Jordan Peterson said. So it's like boom, 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 boom. Right? So it exploded the space. And so Google, because Google is a business, baby, YouTube's a business, they were like, if we don't put this man back on, this will continue for years. They're going to just keep hyping him up because we canceled him, and they're going to blow him up everywhere. They're going to keep posting him nonstop. So we've got to not seem like we're encouraging this and lay off him. Well, now Jordan Peterson, if we go to his YouTube channel right now, has 4 million subscribers. Now he even was shocked at the explosion because he's a professor and he used to go around teaching and talking in public spaces in real life, not on the internet life, right? So I'm not exactly key to the details, but essentially a company came up beside him and said, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna polish all these videos. We're gonna cut into shorts and clips. We're gonna do this, this, that." I tried to book an interview with somebody who's been working with his channel, and I'll just say it that way. And the guy said, "Call me back when you go clean your channel up." Now I was like, "Whoa." I, I make, and I'm gonna go there just because it's important. I make heavy six figures off this channel. I think there's one year we made close to 400,000 off this YouTube channel from this business. So when people sit here and try to argue with me like, "Well, Ericka, you just making videos," I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Like this has put me into another stratosphere of income." But they're right. It's a business. Lighting has to be better, audio has to be better, your content has to be better. You used to be able to just throw something on YouTube and it would blow up, and a lot of these fitness folks rolled with that. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw something on here, I'm gonna blow up. Yeah. But then you start noticing in the fitness space, okay, well, I'm not making any money. So then they would start what? Selling supplements, books, affiliate marketing. And what happened is only the cream of the crop, only people who kept reinvesting in their business, better lighting, better cameras, better staff, people who actually treated it like a what? Business stayed. Those who treat it like a hobby recycle out every 2 to 5 years. This is just known. Every 2 to 5 years, a lot of these people recycle out. You can even watch Facebook. You have people who be a Facebook coach and they'll blow up one year, and then after 2, 3 years, they cycle back out. Because if they don't put up here, like Jordan Peterson, even though he blew up viral from this moment, it took another company coming alongside him and going, "Wait, this is what you're gonna do. We're gonna make clips. We're gonna take your big speeches. We're gonna chop them down. We're gonna do all this stuff." It takes investment. So again, I am out here with 54,000. I think I'm at almost 55,000 subscribers. I've got 2,000 videos. I've got a portfolio of work. We're making over heavy six figures, right? The 1099 we get from Google is serious business. I've been able to literally be able to purchase a home in my LLC, in my business. I want you to understand how serious this is. And next year, not right now, but probably around February, buy cars with my business. Now, people try to play you like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal, Ericka. That's not that big." Show me where you have a L business and you can qualify for a $500,000 home in your LLC. You show me. We got family doing in and out the door. And so when people sit here and come on this platform and they play and they treat it like a hobby and they get in beefs and they do all this silly stuff, they muddy their brand. Now I'm gonna tell you straight up, hands down, I don't think he should have sold his channel. I'm gonna tell you that. This is where I am on it. Especially, this is the fourth person to text me. If that's the price, y'all, that's a shame. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. That's disgusting. If that boy sold it for that, y'all are texting me this, and that's ridiculous. I would not sell my YouTube channel, even if it was not performing, for less than $20,000. Like I don't think y'all understand this algorithm. Man, I'm trying to break it down to y'all. But with 7,000 subscribers, if I don't do nothing but every day in between my silly stuff have a review video that has affiliate marketing, you're gonna make 7 to 10K a month. Like that's my whole point of my YouTube course, is to teach people how to make at least 10K a month from their course, from their like YouTube channel. It doesn't make sense. So again, I keep trying to explain to y'all. There's a whole back office to YouTube, right? There's a whole back office to YouTube. And if you don't understand or try to learn or invest, and I really mean this, I mean, I'm talking about vids, even if you don't work with me, and I'm not trying to pressure anybody. "Oh, you got to work with Ericka." No. Even if you don't work with me, there are too many out here, right? There you go. And what y'all don't understand is it's nothing but a platform to advertise to people who want to work with you. I literally am getting ready to work on a real estate deal in Central Texas from this platform. The guy's like, as much as you work, as hard as you work, as consistent you are, as much as you know this area, we're going to partner with you and do this. Y'all, again, this is the internet world, but it has replications in the big world. So to recap, because I've been talking for 10 minutes before I get into the rest of the show, what you guys don't understand is you can come on here every day and be silly. And unfortunately, she took the video down, but I think she should put it back up. Ramil did a video talking about the hose is winning, and he basically just dissected multiple YouTubers' talking points, and it was one of the best videos he's ever done. And I don't even, I mean, I'm not disrespecting the man. I just don't. His content's not my cup of tea. But that was the one video he did. If she'd have left that video up, that video would have went 20,000 views because it mentioned too many people's name. The algorithm would have kept picking it up and kept pushing it. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I buy a man's channel, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get a male voice off Fiverr. I'm gonna get him to do some review videos of male products, you know, some Blue Chew, if you know what I'm talking about, some Redwood, some body odor cream, some soaps. I'm gonna affiliate market the hell out of that channel. It's just too many options out here. It's too many options out here for people to be treating this like a game. Especially when I've sat in the room with people who are making literally $100,000 a month off their YouTube. Say what you will about Kevin Samuels, he invested, I think it maybe $7,000. I don't remember what the GoFundMe was originally a couple years ago, but whatever it was like $7,000. Raise that money and put the quality in the camera and the equipment. There's only so much you could do for certain people. There's certain people who have charisma, some people don't. But y'all, if this boy sold this channel for $500, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ramil, if you'd have called me, I'd have bought it off you for $2,000. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'd have bought it off you $2,000, and trust me, we would have had some Fiverr men coming over there doing voiceovers. Because the majority of y'all space is voiceovers anyway. I already work with Oshay's editing team in Uganda. One of the guys works for me. Honey, you need to call people. You should have told somebody. So if they're saying he sold it for less than $500, if that's true, that's unfortunate. Because once you start crafting a platform, once you start crafting a platform, when you craft it, essentially, when you craft a platform, the algorithm is sending signals, right? So whatever his talking points are, if I go look on his channel, it's going to probably have manosphere, it's going to have red pill, all the key phrases. And I would have like, look, let me pay you. Let me pay you to do a few commercials so your voice is still heard. And I'm gonna put a new person in here and let them talk. If y'all telling me that's not true, I don't know AM1. I'm getting 4 different texts from men in your space telling me that it's sold for low. This is the 4th man to text me from your space, not mine, that he sold it for a low amount. If that's true, that's crazy. That's crazy. Right? That's absolutely insane. So my point in this is, even at a high level, if people have to come in and clean up Jordan Peterson, if people have to come in and clean up these bigger name folks, y'all gonna have to learn at some point that you have to clean it. At some point, some of y'all are gonna have to accept that this is a business and you really want to make money. And so that's why when people talk bad about women doing social media, I laugh, because I'm like, at least these women know, whether he joke and say hoes is winning, whatever he wants to call it, how to sell, how to make it a business, how to have sponsors, how to have ads, how to reach out. See, what you notice is owned by Renee, right? She's getting a little older, but she still has that curly hair, good, great body. But you could tell her ads have started to change to housing and stuff for your house and all this stuff. And trust me, she's making $1 million a year. Trust. If you see her apartment in LA, you don't get an apartment like that in LA without making $1 million a year. You don't. So let me break it down, because y'all can, I don't want to disrespect the man. Whatever he sold it to, he can tell me, or somebody can verify it. But I'm getting 4 different texts. That's crazy. Sherry, you're right. Content creation, back-end products, back-end services, access people. let me tell you, you literally could spend, I'm being careful, but I'm gonna give it away. You could spend about $3,000 a month here on YouTube and make about 50K a month. And I have been one of those people that has struggled to go, no, I'm going so well organically. Let's just keep going organically. Let's keep going. And then I realized I sat in too many meetings, like 3 in a row, and I was like, seeing people's numbers. People watch this like they watch TV. People watch YouTube all day like they watch TV. It's endless. It's endless opportunity on this platform. We are in Web 3.0. In my class, I even talk about in digital real estate class, I say, listen, can you still make a ton of money from blogs? Heck yeah, you have a huge space. People still read the blogs and cross-rosting. You still can make money in forums. You still can make money in Facebook groups. Every day in a Facebook group posting. You still can make money. If you get on talk radio, I mean, look, the dude, when Rush Limbaugh died, they gave it to this Italian dude who, let's just be honest, he calls himself Italian and stuff and extra, but he looks like a black dude who's passing for Italian. He looks like a joke character from Vin Diesel's movies. And they gave him the thing, and everybody's like, oh man, I can't believe they gave it to him. Right? There was like Buck Sexton, there's several other people in talk radio space who are competing for that space. Period. Like Glenn Beck got on Fox News and blew up to making 18 to 20 million a year off talk radio. And so what I want you to understand is if you're on this YouTube and you actually treat it like a business, the sky is the limit for a lot of you. But see, a lot of you want to be on Instagram and like look at my photos and look at me. I'm saying something cute and like get over that. Instagram is dead organically. It's dead. I know people hate me talking bad about Instagram, but it's dead. Like it's dead. Right? There's a reason all the bots are taking over. There's a reason Facebook's having issues with it. There's a reason people sell certain platforms when they peak for a reason. You have to keep reinventing those platforms. Now, TikTok, the reason people are like, well, why are people all on TikTok? There are people on TikTok just talking and getting hundreds of thousands of views. Why? Because it's not as heavily regulated as Instagram. They've made these algorithms squeeze people down to like less than 10% of their audience seeing it unless they pay for play. Well, that worked for Facebook, sure, but that's not going to work for Instagram. Those folks will just hop and go somewhere else because the majority of those people are still hoping for the old way of Web 2.0. I come out here, I put stuff on here, you show my people. That doesn't work anymore. Right? Listen, Boiler Room. I mean, if you listen to the first, you don't even have to watch the whole Boiler Room. The first 10 minutes where he says, I'm a white man, I can't sell drugs, I'm going to go get in the stock market. If you didn't hear the cultural drippings of, I live in New York, I'm a white guy, stock market, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm going to make my money. That's where I'm going to do my hustle. It's unfortunate that it's assumed if you're a black guy, you're going to sell drugs or do illegal activity. It's unfortunate because to me, if you live in New York and you're not even knowledgeable about the stock market, like the way they talk about in the Boiler Room, like, are you even in New York? You're not. You're a worker class. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't want a bunch of New Yorkers mad at me right now, but the Boiler Room and high school days, watch those two, study those two. If you want to learn anything about class and culture in this country, you want to learn anything about how really running a business works, those two movies. All right, so let me see here. Listen, I don't know the price. I don't want to be out here, I don't want to be out here being that person. Ray Gun, what I mean by clean up channel, niching a brand. People are simple. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. People are simple, and they need to be able to label you as something, right? Like you're the tax lien lady, you're the YouTube lady, you're the fragrance guy, right? Because there's men in the fragrance space who are killing it, right? Showing you how to dress, alpha male, Mr. M, right? His channel, I think that company makes what, 20 million a year? At one point it did. I don't know if it makes that right now, but I know one year he hit a splash year. And it was like sponsors everywhere. I mean, he was sponsoring channel left and right? It was, everything was sponsored. There's a couple called Austin Flipsters. Not a couple, they're two friends that work together. But I can show you their channel. It's like HGTV quality. And every 2 minutes, there's a commercial. They've done that on purpose. They literally roll through a list. I know people who work for them and hit every single, hey, we're getting ready to do a YouTube video. about flipping a house. It's going to have great quality. We got 4K cameras. We got a camera crew. Hit us up with the sponsors. So their YouTube channel, even if it ain't got crazy numbers, which I can pull it up here, they make, every time they do a video, they're making at least $20,000 to $40,000 per video. That's why their channel doesn't have that many videos, because, they got to make sure the sponsors get the quality they want, one, and two, run a business at the same time. So a lot of times people are out here in this space playing, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but that's just dusty to me. Like, I hate even using that word because it's misused so well, but to me, to think you're just gonna come on here and throw stuff up and like on a wall, spaghetti board. I did that when I first started, and I knew it wasn't working then, right? I knew it long term it wasn't gonna work like that. But clean the channel up means niche it down. It's like one topic you'll beat to death, right? And then you'll have in that space, like right now in our emails, we checked our emails. We have Monty Fool. We have, be careful. We basically have about 30 companies. I can't name them all because I'm not really supposed to do that. Who are like, hey, we love your content. We want to sponsor with you every time you have an investing topic. There's a reason I started that other stock channel, right? I haven't finished following up on it, but I know I literally can go back and duplicate a certain content, right? I can go over there to that stock channel, stocks profit channel, and do a review channel of all these apps, review of certain stocks, hit a few trendy topics, and use those sponsors over there, all 30 of those sponsors over there. So that even if the views on that channel aren't high, the sponsors, if 10 of y'all click on the particular sponsor, they give me $100 every time you actually sign up. So, and it's not a stock one, but it's a type of subscription. 10 of y'all sign up, that's $1,000. 100 of y'all sign up. Come on, right? Like, and I'm gonna teach that more in my YouTube class. I got some more videos I gotta update, but y'all got the game reversed. You out here for the arguments and stuff, and even you'll start to see it. Even the way April Mason left the space, but she didn't really leave space, right? She transcended it to what? A speaker, to a icon figure, right? Not in the game, but above the game. And I told her personally, like, this is no, like, if she sees this, like, this is, I told her, there's no reason why you don't have a Kevin Samuel size channel. It's a decision. Because the decision is ultimately you're going to have to hire staff and hire somebody to record you and do interactions and do the work. But sometimes when you're icon status, you ain't got to do all that if you don't want to. You could literally just pop on interviews here and there, and then boom, everybody talks about you in the space. All your courses, all your stuff sell for weeks, and then boom, do it again. Every 8 weeks, have a little controversy. People have done this for years. This ain't nothing new. It's not. But when you really step back, because I was like, yo, I'm quitting YouTube. I'm gonna go do tech or focus on real estate, go build some houses. I'm out of here. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of arguing with people every day when I know what I'm saying is accurate, when I know what I'm saying is right. I literally sat through 3 different marketing meetings. They're like, listen, and AM1 can confirm. I've talked to him about it in here. Literally, they're like, listen, you ain't even got to make no more videos. We'll chop all your stuff up. We'll have you out here, clips everywhere. We'll have you in these ads, doing this, and we'll have this much sponsors. We'll do this, and this. We'll partner alongside you. But here's the price of people partnering alongside you. You got to give them percentage of your sales. Now, a flip side is that you could hire a marketing company, but you're going to pay $6 to $10K a month for a real quality, take over your emails, take over your CRM, take over your marketing on Facebook, Instagram, all of it. You're going to pay. And I've seen people make $5 million, $6 million a year hiring companies. I'm telling you, the money is on. This is a rich environment. If you guys really want to make money, you're here. But you're not going to just jump on this platform and talk and be like, well, Kevin Samuels just jumped up and talked. Honey, he's running a whole high-level show. Every day, look at the level of clips. Look at the level of cutting. Look at the level of editing. Y'all are insulting yourselves if you think this man just jumps on here and makes a video. That's insulting. You know better. Terry Gioma made her channel go almost 100,000 subscribers in 1 year. If you think that's just her putting up videos by herself and not part of her 10-team staff, you're insulting yourself. Any YouTuber you name me on here, I will go show you, and I can tell you how many people they have on their staff, from the video content to the ads to the editing to the back end. I've got 2 VAs, which people are like, oh, that's not a big deal. And I've got other people on staff. When they start answering you guys' messages, we have 100 emails a day. And they can't even keep up with messaging and responding to all you guys. We've got over 20,000 unanswered comments on YouTube. 20,000, not 2,000, not 200, 20,000. These things require staff, right? I can go and go and go on, right? So the other day someone was mocking me and I laughed about it because they were like, how are you taking all these vacations, doing all this stuff? And I said, boo-boo, there's been 3 years in a row where I've traveled 40 flights a year, nonstop traveling. I have over 1 million rewards points. What are you talking about? I can fly anywhere right now and it don't cost me nothing. I can stay anywhere in a hotel and it don't cost me nothing. But that's not really, see, nobody wants to hear about that part. They be like, oh, these lifestyle influencers, shame on them. You got to realize half these lifestyle influencers, if they just use their credit card as a trade line, if there's several little processes they could do, they ain't paying for nothing. But y'all don't really want to have that conversation. So let me go into it, right? Winter's coming. Winter's coming for those who do not want to elevate. That's just all there is to it, right? We have a whole bastion of people who they just want to show up to work, do a little bit of work and go home, eat dinner with their kids and chill. And I respect that. But our society and our economy and our inflation system does not. So you have to structure things you want to do like a business because usually you get a 2 to 5 year window. There's a big thing I want people to understand the concept of 2 to 5 years. If you notice, most of these NFL players, most of these basketball players, most of these college sports people, they got a 2 to 5 year window. Now, these people's families have told this kid their whole life they're going to be in the league for 20 years and they're going to be the one unicorn that makes it. And so what happens is they plan for this 20-year thing when they should be planning for this 2 to 5 year mark. If you notice, I'm going to just go here, and this is a brief, but into the YouTube Web 3.0. White college athletes are getting these sponsorship packages, these $1 million packages at like 5x the rate of all the other Black students. Why? Branding. It's a look. Most of these white kids are not going to go into professional leagues. Most of these white girl volleyball players are cute with tiny shorts. They're not going to no professional league. If you go look up Red Bull TV, which I could do a whole show into that, Red Bull TV literally follows certain athletes in alternative sports that really never get a shine ever in the light of day on ESPN. And Red Bull TV's made a market out of that. I mean, I got to watch a show where basically it was a volleyball player, man. He hurt his leg, all this other stuff. And when you looked at the end of the day, Red Bull TV had paid him over $40,000 a year to follow him around for several months. That's one show. One show. So now if this kid is smart, because you ain't going to play volleyball at high league forever, he should be, his family or his manager, really he's got to be just focused on his body. A manager should be alongside him, helping him do what? Maximize for the next 2 to 5 years all the sponsors they can find and use on his Instagram and use on it. Listen, there's people being paid, they used to be, it's changing, but $30K, $40K for a post on Instagram. Sports, athletes, there's websites where you can buy an athlete doing a sponsorship commercial. You know, the infomercials at night? Again. So I say that because you need to start treating YouTube like that 2 to 5 year window as a sports athlete, right? This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, right? Kevin Samuel's been in this space a long time before this. You're just seeing him explode, and this is just 1 year. So now he has to go to TV because he hit the peak. It's peaked 1 million. You're there. That's it. There's a certain levels to this, right? 1 million. You're there. You have to go do TV now. And I know that people think that's silly, but that's the truth. Okay. So 2 to 5 years is what I recommend for most of my students. 2 to 5 years is what I recommend. Now, can I get you in my course? Can we get you up to 10K maybe in 6 months to a year? Yes, we can. It depends on the consistency of your content. It depends on what your sponsors are. Are you good at doing a call to action? People naturally watch your channel, and if there's no call to action, they're confused because that is our human nature. Like, okay, what am I supposed to do next? So again, 2 to 5 year window. Another thing is, this is a career. And a lot of people in the creative space is like, well, I don't want no career. I'm an independent. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. No, this is a career. If you want to be paid like a business, to treat it like a business. We have a lot of people who don't understand how business works, or they're a job person and they just show up to a job. Okay. Number 4, sponsorships. They're everywhere. Pick a space. Write it in the comments if you can. Put in the comments some of the spaces y'all want me to break down what sponsorships look like so I can do it. Number 5 on here, email marketing. You do not have a business if you don't have an email list. Now, yes, Ramil had a Patreon that he posted that he was selling it, but if he has 7,000 subscribers, he should at minimum have 1,000-person email list. Rule of thumb is if per how many subscribers you have, you should make $1 per subscriber. So let's say you have 1,000-person email list, you should have $1,000 a month coming off that email list. Ericka, how do I do that? This is the oldest time. This is a 5-year-old technique. Twice a month or twice a week. You have partnerships, JVs, pitch to your audience. You have affiliate marketing. There's a combination of factors. I've explained to y'all already before. I have 150 affiliates. So you do the math, right? We always struggle with our emails, but we have 150 affiliates. And now because I'm working with this team, they're going to get heavy rotation, right? We're going to go out and build the email list, freebies, all this other stuff, do all the stuff, all the tricks and the trades and the ponies and the horses, right? Why? Because I treat this like a business. And I've just seen too many people pull out 2-3 million a year on something they're not even heavily invested in, if done correctly. Right? If done correctly. I mean, again, I keep telling people if I could start all over again, I'd have an in-house accountant. I'd have a social media girl. Could be a guy, but mostly a girl. I would have a customer service full-time person. Like that's all they do, all day and all night. That social media girl, all day, all night, all the other stuff, and also get me the podcast. And then the 4th person would be an on-staff camera person. And all they do all day is either film me, edit, chop it up, make clips, all that. Clips go from him to the social media girl. Social media girl puts it in rotation. I mean, I've just literally gone in people's YouTube office. There's a YouTube office off Anderson Lane at the other office, not my common desk, the other one, where the guy literally has an office studio. And he makes the videos. A kid comes in there, takes them, and chops them up. So he just focuses on making content, because this is where the conundrum comes in. They get tired of doing content, and then they got all this back office and emails and follow up, and they get tired of that, right? So that's where you lose a lot of YouTubers when they start realizing, oh, I got to do this whole back part. Same thing with sports people. That's where you lose a lot of sports people when they realize, oh, this ain't gonna last forever. Oh, I gotta actually be focused. Yeah, you do. And staff, really, that's the biggest part. Is at some point you have to hire people. And you have to release the reins of stuff because you become the bottleneck in the business. A lot of people made fun of me when I spent about 80K, more than that, but we'll just call it for that for now. 80K over the course of 2 years, just educating myself, training myself. Like, I literally was like, oh my God, I made a mess of this, but I can still recover it, right? Or I can still train somebody to come in and do A, B, and C. And that's where a lot of people are refusing to acknowledge this whole one-man band. I'm gonna be the only person at my company. I'm gonna make all this money, and you're gonna burn out. That's not treating it like a business. There's no office where there's just one person in the office, and it works long term. It just doesn't. Okay, so let me go through some of what you guys are in here, because it's been 33 minutes, and there's so many more spots I could hit, but I really want that to be clear that people kind of making fun because it's a smaller YouTuber, but that's the silly season because micro influencers have the biggest sales. Like, companies are in your DMs nonstop if you're under 50,000 micro influencer. What are you talking about? Listen, Imam Perry, that's my thing. It's like, is it a payment plan structure? Is it a what? Right? And what's funny is even her, I'm not knocking her. That Sister George, I don't know you. I don't want no disrespect from you. I'm not trying to fight or anything like that, but I would have not even changed the thing. I wouldn't have told nobody. I wouldn't have changed the thing. I'd have found me a couple dudes in rotation. I'm gonna tell you what I would have did. I'm gonna tell you right now what I did if I was her. Find a couple men in rotation. Find 10 to 20 sponsorship things, and then I'm gonna find some kind of freebie giveaway in the email below. Bring the email list up. hit the trendy topics, hit the evergreen content, and I would have been rolling in dough. That would have made that channel without anybody even knowing I owned it, $3 to $4 grand a month, easy, without even anybody knowing me, without my face on it, with me outsourcing all that stuff. Listen, y'all not taking it serious. There are people selling their channels because they're exhausted, they're tired, but ultimately, some of these kids don't even have to make another video. Like a marketing team can literally come in and chop up your stuff, what you already have, and keep giving it new titles and new names and new thumbnails. But y'all ain't trying to hear all that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy. There you go. hmm And the thing about it is, once you build your name up once, you can go make multiple channels. Mallory J, I don't have to. See, here's the thing. Time will prove I'm right on a lot of things. That's why I keep pulling up my old videos from 4 or 5 years ago, because I like laughing. Like, see, I told y'all, right? And I'm petty, as Super Sly and them call me Petty LaBelle. I told a bunch of people off Instagram 3 years ago, yeah, y'all gotta get on YouTube. Oh, Ericka, ain't nobody trying to do all that. Ain't nobody trying to do all that. Now all of them are in YouTube, spending thousands of dollars a month building up their channels to have 100,000 subscribers, and they ain't even got no engagement. I'm like, you ain't got nobody comment under your video. Like, I can tell you sponsored that video. You got over 20,000 views and 2 comments. Like, that's crazy, right? So the truth is, everybody ain't as talented. And 2, some people get on the bus late. So, I mean, start your channel today. Newer channels get easier flow and traction from algorithms than older channels, because that's the nature of YouTube. Every 2 to 5 years, it starts pushing. Exactly. That is why China banned TikTok, because they could not control it. Sister George. Okay, hey, Sister George, I didn't know you were here. Honestly, if you're open to it, Sister George, you can email me and I will send you the link. I will pull you up and not talk to you if you want. I mean, that's no disrespect if you're still here. Let me see one of the dummy accounts I can give you the email. Yeah, you can hit me here, Sister George, at that's if you want to come on. I'll send you the conversation. I put the email indianwriter2 at gmail if you want to come on. I mean, I just want you I want people to understand that, like, I don't even know Sister George. Like, I'm not, no disrespect, I don't even know her. But literally, from conversation where men have talked her up, all I know in the space is she's a woman, came in apparently beautiful, came and married a dude in the space. Now she's buying people's channels. Do you understand? Like, y'all don't really understand the game. Like, I don't even know her, but she's built up, like, her persona is already built up. Y'all done built this woman. I'm thinking I'm talking to a multimillionaire businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want y'all to understand, like, this is a powerful platform. And if you don't want to do the work, that's insane to me, because, as much as I may get frustrated and go, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go do that, or I'm quitting for 3 months. The income, it's on autopilot. It's on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even me having to do it. Well, that's the thing. I told her, I was like, I would have left. I'd have left it. I'd have left it the same. I'd have left it the same. And I would have, there's several things I'd have did. Okay, Sister George, good. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, I don't know what you plan to do. I'm just checking up the chat now. Chicago's. Thank you so much, First Sergeant Dobby. I don't even know, but thank you, First Sergeant Dobby. I talk a lot about Chicago on here, only because my grandpa still owns a lot of rentals, and we're liquidating them from our family out of that space because of Chicago crazy. But I feel you. Thank you so much, Ray Gun 34 for $5 super chat. Yes, the best marketer, really. Yeah. Portia J, because I literally, and I'm not disrespecting people who be on here all day. I feel you. Do what you got to do. I'm not trying to disrespect you. But because I literally step off this platform and go into real meetings every day, I've been in too many conferences, too many seminars, and I could tell you, like, when I talk about business and people like, oh, Ericka, you make it sound so easy. And I'm like, I'm meeting dummies, y'all, who literally got one $20,000 little Navy Federal card, and they started their AC business, or they started their HVAC company, or they started their cleaning company, or they started some other company, and they don't even work. They have staff that work, but they don't work. But yet people come on this digital real estate that I keep trying to tell you about and do the exact opposite. Well, I'm gonna do it all myself, and I'm gonna edit, and I'm gonna learn how to do it. I don't want to learn how to edit. I don't want to learn how to any of that mess. I want to focus on being the best content creator I can be, and then I will hire somebody like an AM1 or whoever to come chop it up. Right? I got Oshay's Peter from Africa right now chopping the videos up, making smaller content. Then let the marketing company come over, and it's not a partnership deal. Let me make that very clear. I hire them at a flat rate. It's not a partnership deal. See, there's differences. There's levels to this. If it's a partnership deal, which I've seen people do, the YouTuber's still over there doing content, and the partnership team is doing all this other back office stuff and cutting them just half. YouTube already do that to you. If you when you see on Social Blade, people be like, "Oh man, that's crazy how much they're making." Well, really, they made double that. Whatever you see, double it. Because truthfully, YouTube takes 55%, well, 45% now, and you get 55% of the content creator. That's why when people super chat me, I'm like, "Hey, send it to the Cash App, baby. Cash App me. Let's get YouTube out of our business." Right? And it's fine. You know what I mean? I just want people to understand that. Jaquan, you don't understand people and you don't understand business. You don't understand people and you don't understand business. Listen, go check the community posts. There are already men saying they're going to keep watching the channel. Now because they want to see what's new. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. It's not like you think it. That's what I'm saying. Mallory J. Long ago, many moons ago, Kevin get mad at me if I say it, but I remember talking to him and it's like, he knew he had to say it every day. High value, high value, high value. He knew. The SEO had already stamped him with that. He knew early on, I have to say this forever. That's what I'm telling you. You can literally see Kevin Samuels growth and him telling you he will spend money. I'm telling you, when people really like, when you see how easy it can be, the only thing I'll promise you, I'll tell you right now, the worst thing to do is get over leveraged or getting a bunch of credit card debt or getting some kind of business debt, because then now you're working to pay the debt off. You're not even enjoying what you do. So I'm gonna give you that head up warning. But two, just about high end quality equipment and high end cameras and some stuff. I'm telling you. You said you recorded 4,000? Maybe I'm 4K. Okay, 4K. Yeah, I mean, again, you could pay people for that too. Tasha K, listen. Tasha K, the amount of if I'm gonna make 5 million a year and y'all can talk bad about me, y'all can do it all you want. Pay attention to how many sponsors Tasha K has, how frequent the sponsors come on. I have a small channel and my sponsors pay pretty good money, right? And I haven't even sold all 12 sponsor spots for next year because I'm just trying to keep, people in rotation, keep them happy. That's why you don't need it. Why? You gonna be out here cutting up? A YouTuber I watched for months recently got into a squabble with another content provider. It was awful. Where do you think a new YouTuber should start? Not in drama. You have to have something that you can talk about um every day. Like, can you talk about this for 3 years? And as much as people be like, man, like, what was so funny is one of the last videos that I actually watched and gave Ramil props on was the hose is winning. I was in the comment section like, yeah, da da da. And people were like, oh man, here comes Ericka, man, ruining the conversation. She about to talk about money, man. And I started laughing because I'm like, this is your audience. Your whole conversation right now is about hose winning, which means financially. It don't mean attention. It means financially. Like, we have people in our community, unfortunately, that are so slow. They don't understand the vocal reason why they're angry with, let's just go there. There's a bill in Georgia talking about they're gonna give black women $850 or something, right? And people are like, man, they're kicking the men out the house, man. I'm sorry. I have parents who are married. My mom was married stepdad forever after that, after she got divorced. The value a man brings to a house is so much more than $850. That's insane what you're saying. But what's happening is people, depending on their audience they speak to, will milk that topic, right? Because people ultimately are like, when they go into, here's the three big money makers in YouTube. relationships, money, health. Those will always be the three big, right? Now, the fourth one is family channels, and the fifth is guns. Pew, pew, pew. Regardless of how much YouTube squashes family channels, squashes gun channels, squashes toy reviews, people want to see it. They're going to type in this Google and they're going to find it. So they're going to get paid, right? That just is what it is. In competing with that, now Instagram's paying for reels, right? People are like, man, I just made 30,000 off of reels. And that aspect is the only aspect right now, a little bit, where Instagram and Facebook are trying to beat YouTube. But only for a little while. They only gonna pay a lot of money on these reels for certain people. So in those three big spaces, money, relationships, people, right? Health. If you're constantly talking about women and this and that, ultimately, and you avoid completely, like, I don't want to see it, financial conversation, that's ultimately your real problem. That's ultimately the best. If I was Ramil, I would partner with somebody who would have like a little $20, because that's the kind of audience he had at the time. $20 little booklet with a man's face on it. Black Man's Guide to Financial Budget or something like that, right? And sell that bad boy. I'd have it on commercials. Play in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. You know why? Because as much as they talk about, man, these hoes, these relationships, it's really money. That's why I keep staying in my money lane. As much as I talk about these other topics, you'll see people in the comments like, oh man, Ericka's great on this money, but she don't know what she's talking about but the social topics. So I don't. A girl who comes from parents who were married. Father in my life, my whole life, so he died in my last year of college. Stepfather married my mom for 15 plus years. I don't know. Okay. 20 male cousins. 6 uncles, all married. Right. All my young boy cousins successful financially and married, most of them. Right. Owning multiple homes. Right. Stereotypical black men in America thriving. Right. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So there's that social disconnect from where we have the hood and we have the suburban and up here a little bit, we have the successful people coming on YouTube, and we don't want to hear that. Because that's we don't want to hear that. Stop. You don't want to talk about the social stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Cool. So again, that's why I stay in my lane. But where should you start as a YouTuber? You should start on a topic you can talk about every day. I could talk about money and retirement for minority people for the next 20 years. You know why? Because for the next 20 years, we're going to be suffering. And as much as I don't like Tone Talks' the approach, because it's all about reparations, the fact remains, this is going to be a topic for the next 20 years. If you're a man, oh, look, what's up, Big Sarge? There you go, B. Smith. Come on, let's go, Ericka. My super chat is because what is playing, Big Sarge all the way. B. Smith, I will drop a video, I think, later today. I think Peter Dunn and Uganda done with it. I told him there is a gaping wide wound. The reason Jordan Peterson even took off, he was a psychologist professor. And you know, men are like revolting from college, but this is the kind of professor that's speaking truth and speaking knowledge. And men were like, yes. Right? He wrote a book, 12 Rules for Life. And I was like, yes. Straight, just took all the emotion out of it. Hey, if you're a woman, you're going to want to get married. And by the time you hit 30, you're not going to want to do all these careers. You're not going to want to do all this stuff. You need to really examine what you want to do. If you're a man, guess what? This is just is what it is. These are the facts. These are the breaks. And people resonated with that. Because no matter what this society's telling you and the hoes is winning and all this other stuff, internally, you know what that man said is truth. You know, if you're a man, you need to work out, you need to make money, you need to have some pride about yourself. If you're a woman, you need to do the math. Okay, when do I need to get it out the exit workforce? What rules as a woman can I live by truthfully? And in my truth, knowing, okay, hey, I want to get married and have a family. Then I need to be able to what? To be what? Agreeable, right? I need to be able to have a common sense approach, right? All these things are, again, all these things, money, health, and relationships play into each other in this space. So there's going to be a gaping wide wound hole for it. And you'll see some really great people come out of it. I don't know who DJ Cuddy is. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you like this. And I've done this in class. People in here can vouch for me if they're in my classes. I will go on YouTube and somebody will say somebody's name and I'll type their name in. I've never heard of them a day in my life. And they'll have 150,000 subscribers. I've never heard of them. You can go on this platform into multiple facets, right? Because we hear Kevin Samuels, we like Kevin Samuels. There are thousands. Listen to me. Let's be clear. Hundreds, not thousands, but hundreds of Kevin Samuels similar white men, black women, white whoever, right? RC blanks, all of them with 100,000 to 300,000 subscribers. I've never heard of them in my life. Not until I start typing stuff into the search bar for my students. I'm like, what's this? Every day you'll come on this platform. There's somebody in their own little space, their own little niche. You've never heard of them, and they got 100,000 subscribers. So what I want you to understand is like, because you think you see all these people in this space, like, no, you haven't seen all the people in this space. Exactly. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. This is true. Right? But there are also people who live in that society. Like they literally, vacations are a part of their life. Let me see here. Hold on. Another dude texted me. I don't know the price. I mean, y'all telling me one thing, but I don't know. You can do a travel channel. Yes. There's a black girl right now. If you see Jabril has talked, her name is Airplane Kelly or something like that, where she was a black girl, got her pilot's license, fit, skinny, nice. HGTV. Well, no, what's not? What do you call it? The Travel Network, Travel Channel gave her a show. She only had like 8 episodes, I think. But now this girl's a YouTuber, but she can say, I have my own travel show now. Right? Like the level of sponsorship. I don't know if y'all remember her, but she was like the first to do it. Samantha Brown on Travel TV, on Travel Channel. Back in the day, she's got her own luggage. She's got her own stuff. Like Samantha Brown literally did an article the other day, and they were like, basically asked her, she's like the reserves, the money from the suitcase, the luggage, the stuff, all the stuff. Years later, she's still paid. She went home at like 40 and had twins and was like, peace out. Again, you can monetize this thing how you want. Y'all better be hitting that like button. It's 350 of y'all in here. I'm telling you, because here's the thing. People don't understand the nature of our bodies is to pivot, is to change, is to grow. So 2 to 5 years is just a window in time period, right? They joke the 7-year itch for marriage. People have issues in their marriages every 7 years because a person changes and grows, right? And that's what you're witnessing. It's people pivoting, changing, growing. Alan Roger Curry. I don't watch his content. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know all the details, but apparently he got married to a younger woman, and people were like, see, he got married to a younger woman. But then they were also mad at him for getting married. And I'm like, you pivot, you change, you grow, you get older in life. You dig what I'm saying? So again, there's a lot in this space you can go to if you wanted to. You need a team. You really need a team if you're serious. At some point, listen, Tom Joyner, man, he had a good team. I don't know what happened, man. Oh, yep, destroying. Yes, that was the smartest decision that young man ever did. He was when the school challenged him and said, "Oh, you're gonna be a punter," and I'll share some of this stuff on my screen if I can find them here. You're gonna give up this scholarship, or you're gonna do this. And when the kid didn't, I mean, it was just like perfect, because then it blew him up because he was on the news. So again, this is my website here. One of my websites, classyclimbers.com. And here's the courses. Oh no, Ericka's still selling me something. Yes, here's the courses. Digital real estate course. Here's coaching class. We've already have students with coaching clients. Winter is coming booklet. Okay. Plenty. We're going to show it to you. You know why? Because this is what we're on here for. To sell you things. To partner with you. Right? Rise to 20%. Middleman to millions. Smartphone millionaire. Money on tap. Okay, check all that out. Now, back to what I was going to do. This is Jordan Peterson, 4.3 million. You guys can look at it. You can look over how the content is and how they've even broke out into different languages: Spanish, Japanese, Arabic. They have people doing what? Translating his content, y'all. Now, what does he get to do in this? He gets to literally just do what? Make content, be interviewed every day and night by all these different young people. Go check this platform out. If you want to learn what happens when a professor freaks out and has a small mental break, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed." Somebody comes in alongside, like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you. We're gonna take all this stuff. We're gonna build it out. We're going to put it and translate it in different languages. We're going to take all these old hour-long, professor-long talking points, and we're going to chop them up into tiny 2 to 5 minute conversations. You know why? Because people have terrible brain. Look, they done went and dug up stuff from him years ago. He don't even look like that no more. His hair was brown. That had to be 20 years ago. This man's hair all white. So anyway, that's just an example. I want you to go check it out. I want you to kind of like study, and I'm a studier of the platform. This is Women One. Now, if you are a Ramil follower and you see that, you're like, what's going on? But again, like I said, if I were her, it's her, she grown, she can do whatever she wants. I would integrate some of the older videos. If I was O'Shea Duke Jackson, which he's at 200,000 subscribers and he's worked hard on his channel, I would personally go and put all the Sunday Rumbles on a separate channel. I bring up all that old content and I'd make a ton of money off of it. You know why? Because people love that stuff. They love conflict. They love arguing. They love all this back and forth. They love it. They love it. Yes. So, okay. So Web 2.0 was blogs and talk radio. Web 3.0 is YouTube and podcast, right? So anytime we say Web 3.0, right? So you're talking about metaverse and all that stuff, and that's Web 0.40, right? It's a whole nother level. Until so how do you tell when you're into a new web focus? Metaverse is just it's hot. We still have people who are still trying to get on talk radio. Like blogs talk, all that other stuff. Like we still have people in the Web 2.0 who are making money and doing well. When you know it transcends is when it switches to a new major format, right? Because right now I would even put in the 2.0, I would still even put Facebook groups because it's that sense of like I'm in a community, I get to talk to people, similar to the forums, very similar, you know. We're barely like we're in Web 3.0. But you got to understand, there's people on YouTube who've been on YouTube 10, 12 years. There have been people who've already made millions of dollars, recycled, retired, and new people come up in their space. Like you literally got, people literally killed it money-wise. Yeah, I'm telling you, crazy. Web 0.4 will be metaverse. Web 0.3, and again, it takes a few years for us to go back and look at it and really just study it. But right now, I would say Web 0.3 because we're having that mass adoption. And what was the trigger of the mass adoption was 2020 when people went home and had to learn how to use Zoom. Like, I think 50% of our customer service problems are people not knowing how to use a computer. Well, I tried to log in. I couldn't do this. How can you send me my password? You can literally push password reset, forgot password on the website page. So we got people who are not even in the mass adoption yet of like Facebook groups and YouTube. When you start seeing like everybody have a YouTube page and a lot of people, like when I go to the bank and I tell them I'm a YouTuber and they're confused, we don't have mass adoption yet. Right? A blogger, as crazy as this sounds, a blogger or a website developer, website person can go in the bank and to explain a blog and a website, and a person would know it better than me going and saying I'm a YouTuber. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, Sherry, when I say we're just at 3.0. We're not at mass adoption. When you can go in the bank and say, hey, I'm a TikToker and I make 100 bands a year, and the bank's like, yeah, great girl, here's some money. That's when we're at mass adoption. When I can go in the bank and finally explain, hey, I made this. How did you make this money off YouTube? I did A, B, C, D. Okay. I don't know if we can afford that. Okay, well, label me a consultant firm. Oh, okay, here you go. Here's your money. That's when we're at mass adoption. We're not there yet. I told people I know to start looking into starting businesses and go back to school, and I have people seriously telling me they're just going to chill and do gig economy. I have people literally tell me they're going to go back to school for 4 years. And I just look at them like, for why? You could get a lot of the answers you want right now. See, Courtney, you missed it. What I said. Courtney did this, and no disrespect, but I'm just saying it did this. So there is a launching point. If you have a bunch of goofy prank channel stuff and you got 10 million subscribers, it don't matter. YouTube doesn't need more Jackass. They barely got Jackass through MTV, and they didn't want it then. They still don't want it now. They still just make money off of it. 1 million is a tipping point. Think about getting into a space. Let me put it this way. There are TV shows right now that get less than 100,000 people watching them on Thursday night. This is why Shonda Rhimes was the biggest fundle ABC will ever mess up, like the biggest fundle of their lifetimes, because Shonda Rhimes was able to get 20 million, 30 million people to watch TV for 3 hours on a Thursday. Like on a Thursday. And then there was sometimes she had Friday night too. I think I remember what it was. But like, that's unheard of. Like the numbers, the shows Shonda Rhimes were putting out was doing at one point between The Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and one other one was unheard of. Shonda Rhimes is like Steven Spielberg of our era. And a bunch of people try to play off on her like TV was dying. And here comes this person who just got millions of eyeballs on TV. So when I say he got 1 million and he's peaked, I mean in the reference of we kind of know what if I go in another space and I say you're average at best or something to that effect, right? Someone's going to hear it. They've heard it before in other spaces and it makes sense. And I'm gonna slap y'all just a little bit, like not y'all, but the general YouTube. When I say winter is coming and people are like, you stole that from Kevin Samuels. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Game of Thrones was international for 10 years on TV. 50 million, 100 million people watching it at any given time. Highest records ever. All the stars got paid like $30 million at the end of the day when it was all over with. Like there's no actress that was on Game of Thrones that didn't walk away with millions of dollars. And you have cave dwellers who like, you took that from Kevin Samuels. No, dude, that's an international saying for the past decade. That's how uncultured some folks are. So you could literally be on YouTube, have 3 million subscribers, and I still don't know who your ass is. I ain't never heard of you. Who? Who? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, that when you get to 1 million, depending on your goals, if I was Kevin, I wouldn't be on here for 5 more years, y'all. Ain't no way. If I'm in my 50s and I'm Kevin Samuels and I'm a tall, because I met him, he tall now. Tall man, I'm out of here. I'm going to go be on TV. I'm going to if it's my 2 choices, I'm going to be on TV or I'm going to be on somebody's radio show, like a Friday guest. Like a, you know how Steve Harvey has a Strawberry Letter? If Kevin Samuels can find somebody in Atlanta, he can get on their show, on their radio show every Thursday. Hey, Thursdays with Kevin Samuel. That shit will blow up. I promise you. I've studied the game too long. I have a bakery. It's his 3rd year and want to use the channel to generate more revenue. Cats, I would say, yes, you can make baking videos. You can do all series of stuff like that. But if I were you, I'd really blow up my Instagram and my Facebook. And then I would use 5-mile radius on Facebook ads. So anybody in a 5-mile radius can see you, right? The ad would be hitting them. Tech, fitness, homeschool, homemaking. So all these things that you guys have to put in there. Thank you for putting them in there. Thank you. Hold on. Sister George sent a cash app of. Thank you, Sister George. Whoa. Sister George sent a $100 cash app. Big baller. I look forward to our conversation. Yeah. I was going to let you come on here live. I think I sent you if you could hit my email, you can message me there. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, Sister George. Come through. So $100 cash app sponsor of the show today, Sister George. So homemaking, tech, fitness, any of these things, if you are not in my YouTube course, or you need a consult, call me, can. But essentially, all these things can be structured out to having planners, having booklets, having courses for sale, having affiliates. Like there's probably 100 products, if you ask me to sit down in a consult call with you, that I could point out in homemaking that you could either be affiliate with, you could do review videos on, you could build out a whole business with. Right? So same thing with tech. Again, you see fitness, same thing. If you're in fitness, the market space for fitness, there, and it's no disrespect. A lot of fitness people spend 3 to 6 hours a day in the gym. If you go watch Dana Lynn Bailey, she literally cried on a video because she said, I was on vacation in Mexico with my husband, and we looked at each other and we had been in the gym for 3 hours. And we realized we're not even living. We're not even living. We're on vacation in a gym for 3 hours. Now y'all may say, well, she need to work on her body. She's Olympian. Yeah. But she couldn't even take a week off. Her mind, the way they do their routine, that they even said it. The past 11 years, all they've done is competitions and training, and they're not living. Okay. So when it comes to fitness, the play for fitness is mindset. It's the audible, it's the books, it's the motivational, the encouragement, it's the supplements, it's the balance aspect. I could literally go on a deep dive about fitness, but if any of those channels y'all just named, you can make 5,000 easy a month. There is, I remember when I first started watching one of these fitness channels, it was a country boy, big burly white country boy, and they're like, "What do you eat? What do you eat?" And he put together a cookbook. Y'all, I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I spent $10 buying his ebook cookbook. I read that cookbook. It was the blandest white man cookbook I've ever read in my whole life. And he was selling about $10,000 a month in that cookbook. Why? Because people's mothers, till this day, don't teach their sons how to cook. They have a expectation that, well, they're just gonna get married and somebody gonna cook for them. So when they get grown, they out the house, they eating pizza, pasta over and over again. They like, this is not working. And so some guy can come out and be like, hey man, we're gonna get some chicken and some rice and broccoli, and we're gonna put it together in a casserole with a little salt and pepper, put in the oven. And dudes are like, yes, man, yeah. That's because people moms ain't teaching them how to cook no more. That's how prolific. Like this dude's channel was dry, but it was good. It was good content. But that's literally, he was making 10K, and he was like, the money he made off YouTube AdSense and his cookbooks, he was like, I have enough money just to go up and work out every day and relax in Wisconsin and help my family on the farm. And that's all he cared to do. Like, that's it. So depending on what you want to do, we can break it down multiple ways. Tasha K, that's what I'm saying. Tasha K, even if you look at her affiliates, the amount of wine they send, and let's say she got 10% of all the wine that was purchased off the channel. Shit. 1,000 people purchase a bottle every month. $20 bottle, that's what, $20,000? $20,000 times 10%, $2,000. For her, she's probably closer to 20%. And I'm gonna tell you, this is a little inside hand thing. When it comes to affiliate marketing, you offer 20%. A JV deal is 45%, is 50% usually. So if I bring you on my platform, 50%, we split it. A affiliate deal is just 20%. 20% is standard. It's the industry standard. So when you get on the phone, when I get on the phone with black people, are like, hey, you're going to come on your channel, man. And I'd be like, hey man, go ahead and send me the affiliate link. And they send me 10%. I look at them like they're stupid. I'm like, what are you doing? The industry standard is 20%. Put some fucking respect on my name. Like, don't play with me. Like, do you understand this is a business? You clearly don't. So keep it moving. Now, there's going to be somebody look at me and go, well, if you clean up your channel more, I'd understand you're a real business. So there's levels to this. Let's don't get it twisted. There's levels to this. But a lot of folks think they're just going to hop on here and partner with people. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Auto mechanics. Yeah. If you're an auto mechanic, I would make simpleton videos about small repairs. I would either do a mechanic shop video that would like, hey, simple repairs you can do to your car. And I would show different cars that I did simple repairs on with the camera, right? Edit and speak through them and teach them through it, right? Tires, stuff like that, like just very simple stuff. And then eventually what I would do is I would turn the channel saying, hey, would you want to make money being a mechanic? We're so short on mechanics in America right now because everybody went to school to go to college and work in an office. You can make a lot of money by being a mechanic doing this. And then I would either, I'd have a bunch of affiliate money off AutoZone stuff and car parts. And I mean, there's several channels I can point to you in the auto industry that literally make a ton of money just off affiliate stuff. So it depends. Thank you, Pastor Jay. Look, Sis George, I ain't getting in the middle of it, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just telling you for sure. Mm-hmm. Listen, she got a plan. Nobody buys a channel without a plan, right? Even to just troll, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? So I just finished edit. I'm telling you, Terry Electrician, it'll save you time. You already in Atlanta. Go ahead and just find somebody in Atlanta. You know what? I might recommend you to J.R. Lee. Terry, hit me in Instagram, and I'm gonna see if I can connect you guys because he's right there, and he'll probably do it for a pretty good price. Hit me up. What's up, Q? Makes it happen. What is good? Yeah, we're just, I mean, I'm on here streaming because our family goes to a 19 bedroom, 19 bath beach house later today with the rest of the family. We don't leave till a little bit later. Um, so DJ Academics getting his IG nuke should have been a sign for every business owner to have a newsletter. Backup channels aren't enough. I keep trying to educate y'all, keep trying to teach y'all. Behind the scenes, people give me a call for a lot of stuff. I don't drop everybody's name, but I promise you, a lot of people, when IG started acting funny last year, hey Ericka, how you doing, man? What's up? I'm like, hey man, what's up? Hey, you know, man, Instagram real funny. What should I do? I'm like, you should have an email list, and you should be over here on YouTube. You should be over here on YouTube, right? So again, and it's not just have a flash in the pan where your channel all of a sudden goes up to 100,000 subscribers. Lit. It's maintaining it. That's the thing. People don't understand the long game, baby. Yes, you can, Mojo. Prime example. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you prime example who I'm thinking. As soon as you just said that, let me go ahead and pull her up. Let me see. Where's it at? Let me pull it up. Okay. What's her name? It's like here she is. Okay. No knock, no harm, no foul. She runs ads. I'm a big dissector of YouTube. So I know usually 90% of the time what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to nobody out here, but I study this. I'm in too many Facebook groups. I'm in too many masterminds. I know what I'm talking about, and I know the people I'm talking about. And again, there is a correlation of sometimes people can be a great coach and not a great practitioner. I'm in between that space. Like I'm a good personality online, but doing all this back office stuff, I'm like, I don't care about that, right? So again, take it with a grain of salt. So Kat Theo, I know she runs about $5,000 a month in ads. How would I know? I just know it is what it is. You ever want to call me and get on me, she can. Kat Theo has a full-time job. And she literally had to come out and tell y'all, I have a full-time job, y'all. Because people were like, hey, how's this going for you? How's this doing this? How's this doing this? So she came out with a video a month ago. I owe 198,000 in debt, right? And also a couple other videos where they were like, "Hey, what's going on with you?" And she was like, "Yo, I have a full-time job, but I do YouTube." So she's at 400,000 subscribers, and she has several affiliate people come on. If you look at the channel, if you go review her stuff, she has several people who are affiliates underneath, at least about 100. And this is why I tell y'all, you can watch people who say, hey, you can make money doing this. And the number one question under all her videos is like, do you make money doing this? And so she had to finally come out and say, listen, y'all, I got a full-time job. Like I make YouTube money. I don't do all these items. I tell you, I'm bringing you items to talk about, but I don't do them all. Same thing when I bring people on for tech. Well, Ericka, do you do tech? That's why I bring the expert guest on, because they do tech. A job in tech at this point would have to pay me like 150 grand for it to even make sense. It wouldn't even make sense. Like I'd have to be from remote, from home. It'll make sense. The math comparison. That's why I told y'all when I got in trucking and it started getting like just eating my money. I was like, this is ridiculous. This who makes money in trucking? Oh, the drivers and people on the land. Okay, noted. Now I know. Great, right? Once you really learn like a industry, you just know which better part to do on it. So again, go look at our channel. This is on top 1 to 10 level. Great. This is how you have thumbnails and talk about work, getting remote work jobs, and uh, great job, great job, full time job, full time job. Again, that's why when people sit here and question me on stuff, I laugh because I'm like, every day she's telling me about different ways. Hey, you can do this and make money and do this, and people will be in the question: do you do this? Do you have puzzle books? Do you sell these items? Do you sell this? Do you do that? Because honestly, like not even being funny, if she just did 3 of the things she talks about in her videos, she'd make 150K a year. So I don't know what her job is. I'm pretty sure it's in tech. But I'm telling you, like, that's how people make money. All right. So anyway, that's no disrespect, no harm, no foul. But when people say, "Can I have a full time job and do this?" Depends on how serious you are. Do you want to put an hour a day and afternoon to do it? Heck yeah. You know, I'm not going. I would say no. So there's a thing called Ryan Dice, and I don't want you to like Ericka. You said this, but okay, I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna pull it up for you. And I'm a studier, so I can pull up about 10 people on this. But go check out Ryan Dice. He's old school, you guys, and when I mean old school means he came out 5 years ago, because the young people don't never know nothing past 2 years. Um, and this is Ryan Dice. He lives in Austin, has an office in Austin, but he always does a every year an annual event. Um, he created digitalmarketer.com. Every year he has an event. Even though the office is in Austin, he lives in Austin. He has it in San Diego, California. I want you to go check this out. But there's an old video. It's an oldie but goodie if it's still out here, right? Because you're like, this doesn't seem like a lot. Go check it out. Where he talks about a subscriber is worth $1 per month. Let me see if I can even. It might still be on YouTube if they haven't taken. Company didn't take it down. But it's a old. Here you go. Oh, here it is. I found it, y'all. This is an oldie but goodie. I want you to. Let me see. Is this? No, that ain't even. That might be the old one. Hmm. Nah, they took down the original one, but there's some good ones. Where no, that's not the original video. That's from 4 years ago, though. Close, but not the exact same. Let me see. Nope, it's not the exact same. Um, it's basically an old formula, but I don't see it. They might have took the video down. It had got like 1 million views at one point. But long and the story short, it's $1 per subscriber, right? So it's like if I have 5,000 people on my email list, there's no reason why I shouldn't be making 5,000 a month. And that's the simpleton version of it. But um, go look up Ryan Dice. I mean, I don't have to like spoil it for you. Go look it up. And we're going about an hour 18 minutes here, so I'm gonna chop this thing up. So let me see what else I got in here. The background. Listen, there have been several people along the way who have offered to buy my channel and say, "Hey, we'll just pay you 100K a year to make content." I was like, "Nah, that's stupid. I already make 4. I make 4. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, why would I do that?" Is every day I see those videos, I just laugh. I'm like, that looks goofy, right? Looks hella goofy. Laws of the game. Yeah, if you want to email me, this email out here is just for Sister George. This was not for everybody else. If I look in there and see a bunch of other people email, I'm gonna be like, I don't know who that is. Enrique gonna be like, who this? I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I'm gonna play real dumb. That was just for her. Um, let me see what else y'all got here. Under new management. Listen, and you ain't even gotta tell people you under new management. You just start switching your stuff up. I'm telling you, yes, Lanny. Listen, the day I knew he effed up, Dr. Boyce Watkins had a video. I don't know how long ago it is. I don't care. He was the biggest thing on Facebook for a while there. And what I was like trying to get people to understand is he spent $500,000 on Facebook ads. Ty Lopez spent less than $500,000 on Facebook on YouTube ads in the beginning and was huge. That same money Dr. Boyce Watkins spent on Facebook, which it just was a wrong bet. If they would have spent that on YouTube, he would be Ty Lopez level. He'd be having conferences with 1,000 people in them, not 300. He'd be having investment groups calling him. He'd be doing the same stuff Ty level style. And it just was a bet they did wrong. That's why I've bet heavy on YouTube to this day. And I'm like, I know I may act like I'm tired of y'all. Y'all get on my nerves. I'm talking bad about my audio. I'm cutting up. But you deserve to be able to have good audio, good lighting. But it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know her, but I will review. I mean, thank you, Sister George, again for the $100 cash app supporting the channel. How do you join which part? The digital real estate class, classyclimbers.com. Just go buy it. You'll be in class. You'll be automatically entered to see the last 6 lives. I think we have 2 more lives I've added just because of the timeline, and I took a break. Consultation, Jay White. Hit my calendar link. I don't know if Doug's in here. He's not, but what I'll do is here's my calendar link. But yeah, I've always like, you know, at the end of the day, like if you're serious about growing your business, I'll be serious about helping you. Because there's so many people like, oh, Ericka, I'm totally serious. I want to do this. And then really what they want to be is famous on Instagram. And it's like, for who? Who's that for? Going viral on Instagram for who? I put the calendar link in there. It says you guys can book consults there. It just is what it is, right? So like, subscribe, share. That's right. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, you just did? Okay. Well, I'll go look and maybe I'm in spam. I'm gonna double check. I know. See, because Richard, they just can't believe it, man. They can't even believe it. They just are shocked. Jordan Peterson he be them titles. They be hitting. That's why I keep telling people like Ericka, you. I'm like I'm gonna tell you like this. If you sit down and really count it, and I know y'all hate you counting people's pockets. You really sit down and watch some of these YouTubers. They are making 3,000 plus a live show, man. They're making the money. It's what they doing with it, you know. YouTube's like, we got a whole half of it, and all this other. You be like, okay. Did you email me, Sister George? I don't see it. Let me see. If Sister George want to come on quickly, I'll ahead and take her in. But I don't see her email. I may be missing it. Nobody's in the. It's Saturday. They aren't in my emails. It's just me in here. But Indian Writer 2, NDN Writer, the number 2 at gmail.com. And I'll look for it. Oh, y'all stop giving her a hard time. Tasha K been the new Wendy Williams. Been that. She just now has to like tiptoe, right? A little bit. Yes, it's important to give your channel a domain name. It's also important, if I've bought over, I think 50 domains, right? And the only reason I started doing that is because I would see people, they talk about something and then try to go back later and buy the domain name. Grant Cardone's an example. Some of these YouTubers, I'd be like, why are y'all talking about something if you ain't bought the domain yet? It's just people remember what you talk about. I used to laugh because, Boyce Walker was one of the first people to do that for a while. It was like blackfreedom.com. Get your freedom now. Just, and so it's like, buy many of the domains. Use it, reroute them. So Hey, I'll have next year, I think, and we'll have one more last. I don't think I'm gonna do it again after that. Last boat party in August, and I think we'll have the massive classic climber closeout tour of Houston. I think in July next year, and it's so hot in the summer. It's so hot in the summer in Texas, but it's the only time like that's really makes sense. I know I'm ruining the conversation. Like the whole video was about hoses winning, and every example. And I'm not trying to get no beef. I don't care if they hear me. Coach, whatever the man calls himself, coach, whatever. And I hope Sister Joyce put that video back up because that was one of the best videos. That could have been Ramil's closing curtain call, and that was his best video ever. Um, Coach, whatever. That's always dated white women his whole life. You can tell he's one of those black guys. It don't matter. It's all good. Do what you do. I love who you love. Whatever. But he's sitting here naming off black women. Yeah, Superhead and and Vanessa Williams and all these people fell off. And every single one of the ones he was naming, Vanessa Williams in 2015 married like a super rich CEO white man and is doing videos off yachts. She's fine. Superhead Corinne married a multimillionaire tech person. Every person, Lindsay Lohan, she got her own podcast. Every woman he named, it was like so insane. It didn't make sense, but what was the perspective to say hoes were winning? It was financial. Now, do we see women in everyday life that make bad choices, got multiple kids, and is poor? We see that every day. That's not even a surprise, right? That's not a surprise. Um, or people we say fall off or whatever. But at the end of the day, like the people he was naming was hilarious because it didn't make sense. It didn't fit the conversation. So that's kind of funny right there. Don't concern yourself. Right? Okay, right. YouTube. Yep. Belief in fatherhood is mine because I met them in person, took pictures. I got to see them like grow over the time. Girl, that's what I'm telling you. It don't even make no sense. It really don't. Sergeant, I'll make a note. Bring it up to me again. Let me see. He could. He could. Thank you, B. Smith. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, you guys be on the lookout for Sarge. B. Smith's channel is gonna be blowing up. I'm telling you. There is a need for it. Thank you. It's a huge social disconnect. They hate when two-parent black family folks speak on their experiences. You're bragging, you're rubbing it in our faces. This guy was like, "Ericka, your family our family for I don't know who's calling the other phone. Our family for since I was 12 years old to 23 years old went on Carnival cruises 30, 40 people deep. And people would see our family on boats and be like, well, how do you are y'all all school teachers? What are your jobs? How do you live? And it was like, for a week vacation? No, we got doctors, we got nurses, we got dentists, we got police officers, we got military people. We just make the time. And so it's so a phenomenon for a family unit of brown people to be doing well that it blows people's minds. They don't understand. It's a crazy concept. But we all on the internet like black love, get married. But when kids of those productions actually speak up, we don't like it. Right? Steph Curry, all majority of the basketball players you're seeing in the NBA right now come from former black men who got married and now their kids are playing in the NBA. Why is that? Because it's who you know, not what you know. It's not how great you are. The reason they hate LeVar Ball is he's showing you, and let's be honest, he's showing you that he's got super talented kids, but because he don't know the right people, all three of his kids ain't playing in the sport. Go look. There's several white families where in football, NFL, and NBA, all their kids play. The Manning, whatever Manning brothers' son is getting ready to come play at Texas. That's only if Texas can get their crap together. If they can't get their crap together, it's not gonna happen. But if Peyton Manning's son, which will most likely go to Tennessee, even though Tennessee's crap right now, if he goes there, he's gonna be in the NFL. It will be without a doubt. It will already be kind of rubbing the wheels. So there's a huge social disconnect where we can physically see on TV wealthy black families and the results of NBA players. It don't matter, I make a joke about all their wives being white, but NBA players and they ultramaroon son coming out to play basketball. Tall, light skinned K Thompsons. Come to the NBA in about 10 years, you're gonna have everybody gonna look like K Thompson. You're gonna have a bunch of LeVar Ball, K Thompson looking children. That's what you're gonna have. Because it's not what you know or how well you play, it's who you know. And y'all keep playing this game in the black community like, dude, it's nepotism in Chicago. Why would I birth a child I can't give a job to? Why would I even if I adopt a house full of children, guess what? In some capacity, they're going to work for my family in real estate or they're going to work for my family in law enforcement. That's just how it's going to be. It's nepotism. That's how you take care of your children. There's no, I watched this one girl and God bless her and her family, her and her husband. They have 9 children. And they're so proud of their kids, like working at Chick-fil-A and working jobs. And they're like, yeah, look at them working. And I'm like, I would be embarrassed if I had 9 children and I did not have some type of future ready for them. I would be in tears. I'm almost emotional now thinking about it. That they have to push them out in the world and they have to go work jobs where they're not going to be 100% valued. I would be ashamed of myself. But that's just me because I know what this world it handles. I've seen people be dumb as a box of rocks be your manager. I've seen people in business who can barely tie their shoes, making $250K a year because they had one credit card and enough balls to run their business. And you got people out here on this YouTube bullshitting. And that's why I get angry. That's why I get emotional because it's like, just give it away. Just give it away. If you don't want it, just give it away. And I think I got Sister George here. Let me give her this link because I've been ranting and raving and upset. But y'all got to know I'm passionate about this. Like my nephew is 14 years old with literally 60 clients for his lawn care business. He literally over the summer hired a white boy that was 21 years old to help him drive him around to his clients' houses and cut grass. And y'all out here 30 years old making excuses. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. Like I really get sad when I hear some of the stuff y'all say because y'all have children and y'all have nothing prepared for them. Nothing. I know. I'm being classics and elitist. I know the numbers are crazy. Hey, you back? Okay, so Sister George, are you
Hey, can you hear me?
it's a little loud in your background? You got a party at your house? You ready? Okay, good.
Okay, I just turned off YouTube in the background. Is that okay?
Okay, you got music playing because they're gonna hit me with the copyright.
No, no, not at all. Well, I'm leaving the
Yeah.
nail shop, so
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah, there's a little bit of music, but
okay,
it should be good.
okay, okay, okay. What about now?
Okay, it's better, much better, much
Okay,
better. They're gonna talk bad about me if there's noise.
I'm
Um,
so sorry. I'm
no,
gonna
you're
get
fine.
to a quiet environment expeditiously.
Expeditiously. So, Sister George,
Yes.
okay. Welcome to the show. You guys, this is, I guess, a longer show than I thought, and I'm gonna chop it up for you guys. I'm gonna make this separate. So, Sister George, talk to us. How did you come across an opportunity to buy someone else's channel?
I received an email from Ramil. We collaborated before. I've come to his show. You remember he used to have a channel fee for women to come on to his show.
Mm-hmm.
When I started, I've actually paid the channel fee. I saw that he was a good businessman right off. When he sent the email out to purchase the channel, um, I approached my husband about it, and my husband was like, "No, no, no." I literally begged my husband, like, "Hey, this is going to be a good opportunity for me, and I want to be able to purchase this channel
Mm-hmm.
because I do have another project in the works where I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually collaborating with some other people,
Mm-hmm.
and we're supposed to be starting another YouTube channel, and we were going to do it on this person, and they're bigger content creators than I am." So when I saw his channel, I was like, as opposed to starting it off on somebody else's channel that's is still working under
Mhm.
their own brand.
Mhm.
Why not take his channel and use that um, to get the new YouTube channel off the ground?
Yeah.
And that person had the same idea that I had. And so I hit him up, and I'm going to tell you this: nobody else knows this information or doesn't know how much I purchased the channel for,
Okay.
but I purchased the channel for $450.
Mm. Wow.
$450.
Wow.
So you're the first person to hear. I discussed everything with him before I actually revealed that information.
Mhm.
But um, I was like, $450. It was a steal
Yeah.
for us. It was a total
Wow.
steal. We anticipated losing 2,000 subscribers. We anticipated that right off
Mhm.
the bat.
Mhm.
So far, it's been about 600. But YouTube isn't, especially within Black Manosphere. We're gonna go beyond the Black Manosphere. But we
Yeah.
anticipated some loss. We anticipated some loss, and everybody that I'm working with have bigger networks than I do.
Right.
And so it's not going to be a lose. It was a win-win for me all the way around. Now,
Because
as
it's
far as
already
the trolling,
monetized. It's monetized.
well, it's
Mhm.
it's actually demonetized, but we have to apply for monetization
Mhm.
on December 28th. And I actually think it's earlier than that because I went back and checked the email, and
Mhm.
I think it's actually December 22nd. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna try reapply for it December 22nd. If that's not the date out, until they give it to us. But people were so like, oh, nobody's gonna watch. You're gonna lose subscribers. That's his fan base. Ramil and I actually share very similar views, and then with the people that will be featured on the channel, um, like I said, they have a bigger fan base.
Mhm.
Now I understand when you were talking about not going in with doing it, the trolling them,
Mhm.
but they've been disrespectful to me and my husband. I was gonna get their troll off, and
No, no, no.
I was
Listen,
like,
it's your channel, baby. Do whatever you feel. Right? Do
yeah,
what you feel. I'm
yeah,
just saying, money, money wise, long term for me, I would literally just started introducing men products. I'd even found a dude off Fiverr. You know, there's several things, but we'll talk off camera on that stuff. But there, I'm pretty sure you guys have a great plan for it. As long as it gets
hmm
remonetized, there's no problem. Um, I tell people now, like there's people channels who talked about finance and they're just tired of talking about it and want to sell their stuff. And so what it's hard when people are used to a brand's face. Like my YouTube channel
hmm
really can't be sold. I would be stuck in a partnership where I have to keep appearing on the channel. And that
right,
happens to several people, right? That's why
hmm
anything I would do in the future would be it'd be O'Shea Duke Jackson style, just kind of recorded over content, voiceover. Um, but yeah, when it comes to if I had, I'm just tell you what I would do. If I bought a man channel and you and your husband probably have an amazing plan, I would literally find about 15 to 50 sponsors, affiliate marketing style, review style of men things that men
mm.
want and need, especially if they're in that space. Because as much as these men are like, I don't want to be sold to, you start putting Dr. Squash soap up there, you start putting certain underwear up there, you start the black beard trimmer for men. That guy made so much money that he got bought out, right? They spend money, right? It's
Right,
this big fake fantasy like we don't spend money on these hoes and women, and you're like, no, that you're lying. Like the numbers don't
right,
support what you're saying. You guys spend a lot of money. Um, Exactly, Santos Clutch. I'm telling you, like O'Shea Duke Jackson's old beefs, he literally could start a YouTube channel, put all those old Sunday Rumbles on it, and chop it up into miniature clips and tiny clips and all this other stuff, and would make $1 million off that channel because people love arguing. They love it. They love watching that stuff. So congratulations to you. A very smart business decision for you and your husband. I really don't know your backstory as much. All I know is you went into the manosphere and you got a husband. And I was like, congrats to her. I thought the manosphere was about people succeeding, right? That's what I thought it was about.
No, well, I actually met my husband, and he actually brought me to the space, but we met on Facebook,
Hmm.
and then he introduced me to the space. But everybody's like, oh, she came into the manosphere, and it's like I just picked one and he went, and that end of story. No, I work, and I work for him. So, babe, thank you so much for
Listen, come
helping
on
me and
now. If that
assisting
ain't
me.
black love, come on now, y'all. They
Yes,
love talking
honey,
about
but
they want their wife to work for them. There you go.
yes. So, I just wanted people, like I said, I had to get that troll off. And it proved a lot of what Ramil had been saying previous, and like on previous videos.
Mhm.
He's broken all of this down. He
Mhm.
proved, and for me to come along and to purchase this channel actually proved exactly what he was saying.
Yep.
It was so many people that it went straight over their heads, and I'm like, y'all
It's
don't
the
get
business.
this. Right. And so, I'm fortunate enough that I was able to capitalize. So I'm grateful for that. It's
For
dope.
sure. And I
It's
think
really dope.
even if y'all have issues with the monetize, so let me be very clear. I know YouTubers get drunk and hard on for people having a monetized channel. But let me be very clear. With 7,000 subscribers, if she didn't do it, put a video out and it got 1,000 views, and out of the 1,000 people that watched it, 100 bought something. Because y'all think people don't be buying like that, but they do.
Hmm.
Um, every channel, every time. She put three commercials in it. Like that's what people don't understand. People really are drunk on like, well, Eric, I just want to post a video and Google AdSense pay me like they pay Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels right now, but even if he makes 100 band a month, which is probably more closer to 150 a month, look at the super chats. Do the
Right.
math. It's most of that's coming from super. That's not coming from YouTube. That's not coming from ads. That's coming from the super chat per chart. That's how much people are
Exactly.
donating. And so that's why I made a joke about you guys cash apping me instead of letting YouTube get the money. I always make that joke because I know I can follow the money, how much money is being made. And
Right.
um, I put something on the community tab, Sister George, for $5,000. I said, listen, you want me to personally coach you for 3 months, January, February, March, and you get all the courses, all the actions, and we're gonna knock it out for the next 3 months. And people were like, "Oh, ain't nobody paying no $5,000. F you, Erica. You can go to hell." And I was like, 11 people bought it. What are you talking about?
11.
I didn't need
11.
100. I didn't need 300. I didn't need. I can only coach so many people in depth like that. 11 people bought it. That's more
Mm.
than enough. That's off one Black Friday. That's only one part of the bundle. So when people sit here and talk about, well,
Wow.
it's demonetized, uh, that's not the real money anyway. AdSense has never been the money. It's always like there's a million things you can do, boo boo. But we'll talk more offline. But what are your current channels on? What are you and your husband's current channels on?
So I have a channel where I have a co-host, and that's
Mm-hmm.
called The Breakdown, A Woman's Perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I would say that that channel is definitely within the manosphere algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have that channel, and then I also have my own personal YouTube channel under Sister George,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm just getting that off the ground. And
Mm-hmm.
so then when this opportunity came, I was like, this is an opportunity to promote all three,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very, very controversial. I'm glad I was the one who was able to do it. I'm excited. I'm so excited about it.
Well, already
Woo!
somebody selling something on Patreon is already a much smaller audience. It's not like selling something out in the space. So I'm glad you guys were actually to pick up on it because honestly, the truth of it is if you don't do nothing, if and this is me being funny, like I would troll like this. I'd make a Sister George commercial that was like 30 seconds to an hour. I mean 30 seconds to a minute, and I would put it like twice in all the videos that were already up from Ramil. And they'd be like, why does this girl keep showing up in these commercials? I mean, I'd have been but he does a lot of cussing, so I know those videos will never. There's certain videos of his that will never be monetized. But if I were
Right.
you, I would just thoughts on it, like, hey, we call them a Throwback Thursday. Once a month we pull a throwback out or something, trying to be funny with them. But
Now, I'll
yeah,
say this:
yeah.
Ramil did not leave a lot of content up. Now he
Gotcha.
left some.
Hmm.
But Curlin said that he saw a lot of videos. When I went and seen them now, honey, I've been up day and night, strategizing, trying to get it mapped out. And
Hmm.
when we actually do content on there, I want it to be explosive. I
Right.
want to come out very strong.
Hmm.
So Kerwin said he saw a lot, and that's my husband. He said he
Hmm.
saw a lot of it on there. So I'm gonna get with him and maybe he can help me find it because ain't no telling where I was looking at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning
Girl, it depends. It
trying to get
depends. I mean, you can always hide stuff. You can always make stuff private.
right,
Um, but he may have just made a lot of it private. But you can also speak with him whenever you buy something in the contract. What I tell people is, hey, I get everything from the front to the back to the rear to the tooth. I get access to everything.
right,
Like you've
right.
sold me your access. Now, can a person, depending on how y'all wrote the contract, he may just sold you just the channel, not the content, right? Because I mean, if I was him, I'm just gonna tell you like this. I don't know how smart he is. I know he's smart, but I would have saved at least 3 of my best performing videos and kept them for
Hmm.
myself, just in case I want to change my mind and come back with another channel. So,
That's
but
true.
you already have that traction. Like I want y'all to understand. Here's the math. Let me go ahead and give y'all the math. Out of, I think it's 30 million YouTube channels, 90% of videos never get over 1,000 views. Uh, Less than 76,000, or it might be 200,000. I gotta go check the numbers again. Have over 1,000 subscribers. So you're already by buying this channel in the
Wow,
top 10% of YouTube. That's why I laugh
wow.
when when people try to throw off, well, Erica, you only got 50,000 subscribers, and I'm like, I'm in the top 10% of YouTube. What are you talking about? All right, the average person, like I've seen people, girls with a video that went viral with 300,000 views, but she only got 3,000 subs on her channel.
Right.
So the subs don't necessarily dictate how successful a channel is financially. But what people do is they use it as like a, I mean, let's just call it what it is. They call it a penis test. It's like, I've got 100,000 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? How much money you making a month? Like, I've met people, I've been on the phone with people. They've consulted me for 10K where they had 100,000 subscribers and they weren't making no money. They was just getting all these views. They
Wow.
weren't making no money. I sat down with them. I said, this is what you're going to do, honey. You're going to make 2 tutorials. You're going to teach people for $200 how to draw Captain America, and you're going to teach them how to draw um, uh, Black Panther. Within the next 2 days, she sold over $20,000 in the tutorial.
Wow.
And what people don't understand is there's people out here with all these subscribers and they don't ever do a call to action. They don't never structure their business the way they should. And that's why I don't even like, it's not even a real conversation. It's like, you're not in a real business. That's why I wasn't even offended. There was like a couple people that had turned down our audience interviewing them. And I was like, that's fine. I don't align with their brand, but at the end of the day, I make more money than them. So it don't matter.
That part.
like
That
it don't matter.
part.
They out here
Absolutely.
for likes and giggles on Instagram. And that's not what I'm here for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
PM vegetable. I mean, at the end of the day, there's several people who will sell you a channel. Um, it's already been archived for a certain thing for sure, but depending on what content she puts on there, if she puts a lot of tags and SEO in there, she'll change what it can get, what it can do. Somebody said I want a faceless brand. I mean, there's a lot of ways. Um, you know, right? There's a lot of ways to have a faceless brand. Scandal was the show Thursday night. It was. I know, and that's how silly it is. But that's just the nature of people. I've been saying winter's coming for years at this point. So,
Oh, I
um,
didn't know you originated. Look at you.
well, because Game of Thrones has been saying it for a decade, but because I'm such a
Mhm.
nerd for Game of Thrones, I have been saying it for like 3 years. So, if you
Right.
go back, there's a video I found it that's 4 years from 4 years ago, and y'all know I'm gonna be petty and post it all the time. Be like, I told y'all 4 years ago, winter is coming. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Mhm.
There
Oh,
you
and
go.
my husband.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
You
Oh
got
no,
it.
I was just gonna say that my husband is also on YouTube as Curlin M, and he is on Twitch as the Wanganator, and I think he's down in the chat, and he'll probably spell it out because I don't. I'm
Let me
not
see.
that good at spelling.
His channel's called the what?
The
Hold on.
Wanganator.
I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna show you the storm you're making right now. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. So I haven't heard, like, I'm not, and then there's no disrespect. I'm gonna show you right now. I was like, okay, Sister George. They're like, Sister George, what a chat. I'm like, who is Sister George? Right? Like they're going crazy about Sister George, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. So I pop you. Here you go, Sister
Uh
George. You
huh.
pop up right here. Now I start rolling down. Boom. Now let's just take a minute to dissect this. Sister George had a video, 150 views, 200 views. Somebody talking about it with the names there, 1,000 views, 800 views. See, they don't understand what they just did, right? They don't
No.
understand that they are marketing the new channel for you. This has 3,000 views. Logic Spear. This is 300, 4,000. That's the breakdown right here. The breakdown, right? So again, I'm typing her name in, and y'all are giving her all that. Y'all are giving it to her. 1,500, 700, right? Look, I don't even know who this is, but the thumbnail's hilarious. Sister George purchase channel, right? Sister George presents. Okay, right? There's Sister George. Like again, I just want y'all to understand, like, the way the algorithm works and way y'all just did that. So you don't worry, you'll have plenty. You'll have plenty of people to your new channel because they done
I'm
talked
excited.
it up. They done talked
I'm
it up.
really excited.
Now, what was your husband's channel?
Curlin M, and he's on Twitch as the Wanganator.
Erlin M.
Uh-huh.
M is in Michael.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just making it up. Let me see what it does.
Oh, CUR.
Wait,
There
there it
he
is.
is.
I found him. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna look and already tell you what you need. Hold on, watch this. Pause right here. Right, I'm gonna go here. I'm not even watching the video. Scroll down to my right. Your vid queue is scored. Okay, you got some tags, not a ton of tags. Okay. Sorry, y'all. That's just me. I'll literally go research the channel. I would put more here in the description.
Okay.
I'd copy those tags. Just hit the right click, copy them, and drop them in your description for him.
Okay.
So if he's watching, but yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to the space. Wanganator. That's a different type of name.
Honey.
But okay. All right. I feel you. So yeah, I'd probably tweak your thumbnails a little bit, but and your titles. That's it. But yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot to it. I mean, we can have a whole offline conversation on this stuff, but that's basically what I do in my class, y'all. I'll be just breaking stuff down. I'll be like, let me see this. Let me say what it said. Um, listen, haters will make you famous, y'all. I keep trying to tell y'all, like, you ain't even gotta. I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm being petty, but I'm gonna be petty for a second, just for a second, right? Just for a second, okay, Sister George. I'm sorry, but I'll be petty while you on the phone with me. Okay, here we go.
No,
Here.
honey, I'm
So if you
here.
type in Glendon Cameron right here, what
Uh-oh.
pops up? Just the worst, the worst of 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 the worst. But what did people do when they did this? Worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, worst, worst. What did they do?
They made people go and check out his channel.
Boom. So now Glendon, who as much as people are like, oh man, I don't know watch his stuff, man, I'm not gonna watch it. I peeked over there the other day. His average video is getting 2,000 views. Now he
Wow.
is already suppressed, and a lot of his videos are only getting like 400, 500 views. But now it's getting 2,000, 3,000 views. Where's that coming from? It's coming from you.
Promotion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ask you a question?
You got it. Do it.
I had this debate with someone.
Hmm.
Um, so I've always been under the mindset that all publicity is good publicity, right?
To a degree, for sure. That's a bad
Okay,
publicity, but it's still working. I mean, time will tell. That's all we're gonna say. Time will
gotcha.
tell on that one. But go ahead.
No, that was literally my question. Like, if you receive a lot of bad publicity, how bad does that impact your brand?
It depends on so here's the rule of thumb, and I want to teach people this so bad. Nobody can cancel you. You cannot cancel somebody once you get over a certain level. And I know people, no, that's not true, Erica. They cancel people. No, you cannot. You cannot cancel people over a certain number of subscribers, a certain number of followers. You can't cancel people. What happens is it's like a insulated brand. Let's say somebody messes up, right? Let's say your favorite Christian person cheats on their wife. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, no!" And that guy comes back out a couple months later. I just want to apologize to the church, to my wife. I'm trying to be a better Christian, and everybody gonna be like, "Yes, look at him. Yes, Lord, he's back." It people, once they've made up their mind, and I think Diamond Dave does a really great video on laws of game. Um, Once they've made up their mind, right? You can't change it, right? So, Sister George, if you liked your husband and somebody came on like, girl, he is not good. You're not going.
Hmm.
You're going to be like, wait a minute, you're not. They're not even. You're not even going to hear them question whatever they say about your husband. You're going to look at them and be like, you're questioning my level of picking a man. You're
Hmm.
questioning my integrity, my intelligence. So, what happens is when people talk about, oh, we're going to counsel somebody, it doesn't work because the person is now taking it as an attack on their mind. You're attacking my decision making. Nobody, nobody likes that. So that's
Okay.
kind of what I want you to understand is the publicity works. And if I were you, I'd probably drag this out another 6 months. I would like, I would probably, 6 months from now be like, hey, my 6 month review of buying a channel from another blah, blah, blah. Right. Like I would troll it a little bit, just like, but in a long run kind of thing. Right.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
um, but really, what people understand is the most important part of YouTube is not the views. It's the what do you have to give the audience, help the audience in their pain point problem. So even when I see some of these women channels, talking crazy about men, even Cynthia G got daggone sponsors for hair supply.
She does.
And no matter what
She
y'all want to say
does.
about the Bang Gang, she got a hair supply sponsor. Okay,
We've
you're
never seen
yeah,
her real hair, and she has a hair.
a hair
I,
sponsor.
yeah.
I've had people try to reach out to me like, "Hey, girl, can you promote this stuff?" And I, for a long time, I said, "Listen, I'm gonna work with my sister because she was a hairstylist, and I'm like, we're gonna make some kind of hair lotion in jail, and I'm gonna say that's what I use in my hair and post it up on videos because it's just that easy, right?" Cynthia G has a hair care sponsor. She has a homeschool your children sponsor, right?
Hmm.
Tasha K has a yoni wash sponsor. Okay,
Yes.
so y'all out here, y'all doing everything on YouTube, talking bad about everybody, doing 8-hour hangouts, but y'all ain't making no money. That don't matter up.
The math
Don't
ain't
the
mathing.
math ain't mathing. And that's why when they talk about the hoes is winning. Yes, you know why they winning? Because they're not out here doing 8-hour hangouts talking about nothing in circles. They actually have something of value to provide to their audience. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. And they're like, well, my audience of men don't want to buy it. That's not true. They out here buying everything else. Cologne, cigars, Axe body wash, deodorant. They buying everything else. So let's stop the cap.
There's a market. The market is huge. The market is open.
It
So
really is. And so I really hope y'all get to capitalize on this. Thank you for rolling by. I appreciate you. But in your breakdown show, what are some of the things you talk about?
we talk about women's the nature of women. We
Mm-hmm.
talk about deep issues that we've had in the Black community for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Our channel was a bridge. We attempted to be a bridge between the manosphere and the sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have the manosphere come up to actually debunk some of our talking points. If they can debunk them, cool. If they can't, then that's some things that we all need to work on. Um, so it's basically trying to be a bridge between the sisterhood and the manosphere. We let people come up and get it off. If y'all
Mm-hmm.
haven't been over there, y'all should. It's a really, really, really interesting channel. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun. And we do an open panel style, so we generally allow mostly everybody to come up. As long as you're able to have a good conversation and be respectful, you can get it off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fun thing. It's a fun space. It's a really fun space. We enjoy ourselves.
For sure. Xantos Clutch, where are you in the world that it's 2 a.m. where you are right now? Um, for sure. So I'm glad. I appreciate you for coming on. I really respect you for buying, like at least having the courage to step out and try a new thing. Got a lot of people out here talking crazy, and they not even stepping out and buying nothing. They're not doing anything. And to me, like if nothing else, let's salute you for actually stepping up and purchasing something, right?
I
Even
really appreciate the free advice.
for sure.
This was dope. I really, really appreciate it. Because it was some things that I didn't consider because I was like, I'm gonna get that troll. Y'all gonna get this work. And then we can get down to business, but y'all got to get this work first. And yeah, so you have to take your little victory lap, and then I'm gonna get somewhere and sit down. But I really appreciate you for having me on and giving me some stuff to roll with. So I appreciate that.
I mean, you got it. Listen, I respect both of y'all. Salute. Lucrative. YouTube can be very lucrative. I wish you the best. Also, email me off the thing, and we'll get on the phone and talk. So I
I
appreciate you coming through.
absolutely will.
All
Thank
right,
you so much.
for
Bye
sure.
bye.
All right, bye. Home gyms all the way go. What's up? Oh, Japan. What you doing in Japan? Listen, I'm only going to Japan for March for the cherry blossom. Yep, Tim Ferriss, YouTube. I'm telling you. Uh, Homemaking, yeah, homemaking gonna blow up. You know why? Because there's so many people. Mamas didn't teach them how to cook, didn't teach them how to put on makeup, didn't teach them how to do anything. It's not their mama's fault. You just had an 80s and 90s kind of mom that was working and busy, right? That's where you had all those home, what are those dinner meals that you used to heat up? And so a lot of people, that's why these channels are so popular. They're watching families, they're watching stay-at-home moms. That's why when these guys be like, I know what a wife is. You don't know what a wife is. Like, is your mom married? Then you don't know what a wife is. Hush. You know what you're talking about. You're guessing. Hush. DT Crypto, I can tell you right now, there are people's channels who have 100,000 subscribers, and a new person can come in tomorrow, and half the subscribers won't even know it's a new channel. I've actually seen it behind the scenes where it's you don't lose it. It depends on how it's structured. If it's structured where that person's the main character TV show, but there's a lot of these channels that are talking about just finances and money and construction, and anybody could come in. Oh, I know. Listen. Well, that's true, Nick Taylor, but there's going to still be areas where people can fix an old Honda and sell it. And also the thing about being a mechanic is have enough money to go to auction and buy some of them old Hondas and fix them and sell them, right? Oh Lord, stop it. Y'all is wow. The y'all are wow. Yeah, they deleting everybody's Instagram. That's why I'm like, y'all, that's silly. That's silly. Exactly. He has a full-time job in tech and YouTubing too. Because you know why? He uses that tech money to pay for those video edits. That's how that works. John, you'd make a lot of money. You know why? Because people love watching people cook. They love it. They love it. They love watching people cook. They love watching older people cook. There's a man. Let me see if I can pull him up. I'm gonna give y'all an example of this. How much? I told Sergeant. I think Brian Smith in class the other day about it. I was like, this guy named Bruno on here. Um, Not Bruno Mars, but it's an older white gentleman. I don't know if I can pull him up. I can't remember if his name is John. What's his first name? Bruno. How to be a man. Let me see. I don't know if it'll pull up. Dang, Bruno Mars got SEO is on lock. Oh, here he is. Here he is. George Bruno. This guy right here. I follow his channel because literally, I mean, he used to have this crazy beard, and they told him, man, cut this beard. But he basically, when you meet somebody who's in their 50s, 60s, 70s, usually, not always, they've lived life, they've traveled, they've been in the military, they've done various things. And guess what? Young people are looking for that. Young people are looking for that. So shaving the beard, shaving his head, dressing nice, how to trim your mustache. I know y'all think that's silly, but they're grown people out here watching this. How to trim, how to have a beard, right? Y'all think it's a joke. And what I love about him is he uses his community tab often. He uses it to talk poetry, words, encouragement, photos. He he does all kind of stuff. I mean, I love it. And he shows himself out with older ladies who are 40s, 50s, and he's 40s and 50s. I mean, again, it is what it is. He is like a very older, smooth and older manosphere guy. But it's not this made up stuff. It's I've lived life. I've salsa danced. I've had wives. I've traveled. I smoked tobacco. Whatever. Like it's a different kind of um, space, right? He enjoyable to have a conversation with, right? No nonsense. That's all. So anyway, that's just giving y'all examples, right? Where people can take it if they want to take it. That's what I'm saying. Most people are gonna keep moving or keep watching. Who knows? There you go, Doodley. You can do it. I mean, there's a need for it. Well, I hope this information has been helpful for y'all. I've been on here like 2 hours, which is a long time for me. It just is what it is, though, right? It's how y'all want to use it. AM1, come on here. Where you doing? Come talk to me for a second before I get off here. Hey, my mom said tell AM1, hey, she in the background. AM1, where you at? Let me see if I can email you real quick. I know you're such a busy man. You're a man of the streets. Okay, Aaron Miller, I emailed you to come on the show real quick. Come on the show, Aaron. No, Ann was in California. I is Anato's question. You know how? Listen, no, everybody can hate what Supersize said, but if let's just go there for a second. If April Mason was a light skinned Vanessa Williams, we would not have all this pushback. It's because she is fit, feminine, dark skinned, chocolate, sexy lady, size 2. I've met her in person, honey. She was at the bar. She walked by. Men were like, "Hey, she smells beautiful." Like people were getting up out their seat coming to tell this woman, "I love your smell." I was like, "Damn, they breathing all in her face. Can I buy you a drink?" In Atlanta. That's why people say one thing online, but in real life, they in her face, breathing in her face, hard, hard. Let me see what else I got in here. AM1, did you? Let me see. Where is AM1? Tell him to get up in here. Get in here, AM1. Get in here. Oh, let me text him because he might. I don't know what he doing. He might be out partying. This is y'all getting a long day before I go to the beach. So, um, this is doing a long one today. Okay. Let me see. Yes, you can book consults there. The soft purple, I do still have 15-minute consults for people who bought the and did a review. If you do a review, essentially I can either ask you questions during the before our 15 minutes, or you can send me a video review after. Thank you, Alice Hardy. Thank you, Grinch, for the 999 super chats. Let me see what else we got going on here. Bar is hecka low. See, AM1's too important for me now. He ain't even coming on here. He's too important now. Okay. So, correction, one of the men who guessed at that price was close. So, let me see. Broderick, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe we're gonna see, but I think I'm only gonna do a big closeout Texas, fly into Texas, live your best life, enjoy the show. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I know it's wow, it's wow. What else y'all got in here, real quick? And close it out. I know it's bad. Let me see. Good gracious, y'all got a lot in here. Well, where's our crew of people? I'm still on my show. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's really tough because I see where in South American communities that Jewish communities and South American communities. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. We've tried to fix the audio, but we're gonna chop it and put it off in the interview. Y'all can just watch it. Yeah, y'all heard what I heard. AM1. I'm telling you, y'all cracking me up. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm caught up on most of it. What else y'all got? Dang! Whoa! I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. Well, thank you, John, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of Asian and Hispanic people in our classes too. If you guys look at some of the roster, the list of the last names, kind of gives you a heads up of who's inside class. But we got a variety of people in here. So let me see. That all y'all got in here? All right, I finished out the last of your comments. Didn't want to act like I ignored y'all. Um, me and Nick Taylor are supposed to do a show at some point later this week. I guess while we at the beach. Um, it was a master class on trolling for sure. If nothing else, it's very funny. Let me see. You know how our people care about numbers because our people love symbolism. Look how lost our minds over Juneteenth, but still ain't got no reparations. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it's. I could really do a deep dive class on how to making the money, but that's just how Diamond Dave say black people don't want no money. It's kind of funny, but it's true. Like we don't want. We get that money out of here. Um, Women patronize each other. I think men in general, if it's good information, a man will buy it. I think for a long time, my channel was 72% men, and then like the rest were women. And it was because, oh, Ericka, you're too harsh, or you always expect people to do something. I'm like, well, that's the point of the channel. It's like to do something. See, look, y'all know who George Brito is. Yep, he's been selling pumpkin spice. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot out here, y'all. There are plenty of opportunities. Like if you really want to take a break from your channel or you don't want to produce as much content, if you really just sit down for 2 weeks, Miss Jill, I met her in person. She can't be more than a size 4. She can't. The waist, I'm snatched. She got a little booty, but the waist is snatched. Like when I gave her a hug, I was like, "Oh, girl, you're making me feel bad about myself. Dang, I got to get back in the gym, right?" Like I hugged her, my hand went around. Like that's how skinny she was. It was like my hand just went all the way like around. Like, and I've got long arms, but like it was like poop. I was like, whoa, you were tiny. You have a tiny like Miss Jill. I went to this person's office, hung out with her for a couple days. She's tiny. She's tiny and beautiful. Just naturally beautiful. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let me see what else y'all got in here. That's it. That's all y'all got. And so again, y'all snatched, tiny, tiny, like walked into place. Men in their 20s were like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink? Love your smile. Love your dress." Like just jump, move it all over the place to come over there. And I was like, good gracious. So trust me, she snatched. Okay, she's a beautiful woman. All right, you guys, that's what I had today. Thank you guys for being here. There's been like 300 plus people, 400 people in and out. So it is what it is. But my family's here. We're getting ready to go to the beach. We have to go later.